You know, the devil didn't like Victorious, you know, because it was an example. It put reality into perspective, which the devil didn't like. You know, and I say that to say this, you know, is this actually it's another persecutory dart that I noticed, and it's based around Victorious. But the weird thing about it is, you know, Victorious was the first time I ever, you know, pretty much tied like melody together, and you know, to like, you know, offer in an accurate perception of where I stand in that type of bracket of reality. And, you know, Victorious was my first time doing that. And so, you know, with it, you know, people were slandering me, saying that, you know, I guess, you know, accusing me of things like stealing songs and all that, when I'm not even a musician, first off, not in this dimension. You feel me? So that's one of the weirdest things. And that's actually my point exactly when you think about it, because it's like, just because you pay somebody, like say if there's like an instrument or instrumental, say if somebody just get like some snares, some, you know, taps, drums and bass, and just put something together, just because it sounds good, you know what I'm saying? Now just because, you know, somebody pays somebody, you know, to like get that instrument and to do it, you know, just because they saw from, you know, years of stalking me since even my childhood, you know, they saw that it was something I like that nobody else had or nobody else was doing or interested in at the time. Just because they pay somebody to do that doesn't mean I'm taking songs. That just mean that they are hating hard. You know what I'm saying? It's really that simple. And so, you know, that's just another aspect of this long-standing persecution. You know what I'm saying? It's been like a campaign since not long after I was born to get me out the country. You know, this is not like nobody else's story who they try to like normalize my stuff with, to kill it with. Nah, this is, you see clearly that, you know, even the people that society tried to like create to like, you know, that you know, it's people that society grafted to themselves in order to like embody aspects of me, you know what I'm saying? But when they realized that even that wasn't enough to fully contain what I was about, because everybody that's unique and original, and everybody like a fingerprint, God made everybody different. You feel me? So you can't you know what I'm saying? You can't anticipate every single thing about a person's creativity, especially somebody from God, because you see clearly that I got tons of concepts, aesthetics, and things that nobody ever did. And I displayed just the pieces and the fragments for the, you know, because of how my life been sabotaged. I displayed that enough for the public and everybody to see. And so, you know, it's a lot of things I want to cover with this segment here, but I did want to speak on that whole, you know, load of baloney with the stealing songs type thing. That's crazy, you know, because I don't even, you know what I'm saying, I don't immerse myself deep enough into realities, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, in which case, you know, things change after the fact. Then that's my point exactly. You feel me? There, man, people with wisdom understand. That's my point exactly. Think about it, you know what I'm saying? And that's what's been going on. You know, it's like some people been like adamantly trying to like protect this scam, and then they even risk destroying the whole free world. You feel me? Just to ensure that one man don't be successful, you know what I'm saying, and recognized for his natural talent, can profit from his own natural talent, or, you know, benefit and create a godly empire, maintain it, you know what I'm saying, a godly empire, you know what I'm saying, that's aligned to the Bible and the words according to Jesus Christ. Rather fact, I got, you know, and behind all the new developments to my situation, you know, I've had like some outrageous things happen to me, you know, places being catcalled by these, you know, influential figures / injustices / structures of governments that just hate Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying, in word and action. And you see that, you know, just be, and I've been like literally targeted by that, you know, and they underhand all the new developments or inconveniences, quote unquote, that's in my life these days. They're behind it, underhanding it, you know, pulling the strings and the chess moves to make my life as uncomfortable as possible in America. And they've been doing this since I was been old enough to be able to like try to, you know, just create an honest life. You know what I'm saying? They don't want me creating an honest life because it's contrary to the scam and the slander they already had premeditated since I was like 3 or 4. You feel me? So they don't want me doing anything that's contrary to that premeditated scam that they created. The slanders, the character assassination, integrity attacks, all that was a part of a mammoth scam, a slander scam, massive. And, you know, there's no understanding for something like that. Not because of any pride or ego that I have, but it's mainly because of what it's taken from God. You know what I'm saying? God had goals and intentions. He was going to work massively through. I know through my life, with my capabilities and what I do, that, you know, I could have did a whole lot more for God. And that's the only reason I feel indignation. You know what I'm saying? Not because of as much as like how it makes me look. You know what I'm saying? The Bible tells you that you're going to be persecuted if you follow the Lord. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't care about looking crazy and all this stuff. I mean, not crazy, that's not a term I used to use, you know, like that. But I mean, like, I don't care about looking bad, you know, for the right thing, for the right causes. The things of God are always the right causes. You feel me? And that's just the reality that I know it. You know, but yeah, man, there's a lot of things I actually wanted to cover with this recording here. And like I was saying, it's been like a long-standing situation. You see society like it's actually sabotaged. Like I said, I mentioned briefly a few seconds ago, it's sabotaged like the free world, man, just to stop one person from success. You know what I'm saying? You don't realize it, but it's people that's like willing to like risk everything just so a person. And it's weird because I mentioned it in a quote earlier last week. I want to say I was on I posted on my platform. And it was like pretty much the situation was like putting it's like antagonizing or scolding a plant, you know, like a plant, like you see a plant that's in the ground or, you know, on the road or a plant that's in the forest or, you know, just a plant, like criticizing a plant because, you know, or telling a plant not to exist so a human in a plant costume can be a plant. That's the kind of situation. You know what I'm saying? It's like trying to disinvent the existence of plants just so, you know, plant costumes can be a thing, you know, or a trend. So, you know, it's similar like that. It's like, it's weird. It's like really, really trying to destroy somebody or everything about a person's life just because somebody else created a scam against them. And then having like structures and things powerless to do anything about it. You know, that's like, it's the strangest thing in history. It's just not being esteemed. I want to speak on my recordings and you know, my quotes and my poetry. Yeah, that's all. All my stuff is legitimate. It is copacetic. You feel me? Like, it's for God. It's my testimony, witness of Jesus. My testimony, my quotes, recordings, and my poems. All of my testimony, and it shows exactly why my stuff should be left alone. And it prevents the crime of the racketeering or larceny through injustice and these artists that's underhanding it, trying to destroy my talent so they can scam it and use it. And like they already have benefited off it. Now that'd be like covering up and, you know, covering or burying in a hatchet or covering up the traces of the crime that's had happened. And that's not my problem, you know. So I didn't ask to be scammed. I didn't ask to have all this stuff, you know, implemented against my life and my legacy and my artistic career for God. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's like pretty much my life, you know, is being destroyed and disinvented, you know, by the Antichrist, Baphomet structures and stuff like that, just because of what somebody else schemed against me. I'm like, well, if existing is the only way that I could survive the scam, or for one, the only way that I could, you know, conquer the lies, the slander and things like that, then why would you try to disinvent me if you stand for what's right? If you stand for God, what is God, a cannibal now? Does he eat his own self, things that's trying to exalt and glorify him only? You know what I'm saying? Why are they twisting and blaspheming the Holy Spirit and saying it's for a different reason? You know what I'm saying? When it's not even for that reason. It's for the reason that I said it is and the reason it's in the Holy Bible. Because I'm the one that created my stuff. So I know I'm the one creating these recordings. I know from where I'm speaking from. I'm clear in what I'm saying. I created my poetry. I created my micro poetry. I created my quotes, all 14,000 plus of them. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know what I mean? There's no reason possible. All my testimony collectively show exactly why, you know, nobody, you know what I'm saying, that unless I, you know, confirm or I approve or have the right to, like, you know, destroy my stuff or make it less visible, you know what I'm saying, to the nations, because that's to whom I've been called. And so you see, it's a centralized effort against one black Christian man, you know, for nothing. Literally, it's like a witch hunt against a person for their talent. You see my extraordinary talent. You know what I'm saying? I explained the situation, how these influential figures try to it's like they try to use suggestion. You know what I'm saying? It's a psychological warfare tactic. They use suggestion on actually everybody, the whole world. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Bible speak about that serpent, the devil, that ancient dragon that deceived the whole world. That's what they're doing. Like, they use deception. And honestly, I don't have the details about like each individual influence, but I'm honestly not interested in that, because at this point, you know what I'm saying, when enough is understood and everybody else understand the situation, then that's naturally in a civil society. That's, you know, you got people in position that post under that situation. I don't have a badge. You feel me? I mean, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, all I can do, as a civilian, you know, as an artist, original, innovative artist, you know what I mean? This is the best that I could have did, you know, from the position I was in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was nothing more that I could do. You know what I'm saying? Out of fear for life, legacy, safety, livelihoods, and all these things that you see clearly are the reason why, as in real time. You know what I'm saying? What I've been talking about. So you see, I've been under a long, heavy attack that still hasn't gone anywhere. But I mean, it's new elements and aspects, and it changes sometimes, but that's been the situation. So it's like crazy. So you have people willing, they thought it was willing to risk like the whole free world, you know, just to ensure that one man don't be successful. And it's not who they think, you know what I'm saying? Because that person's successful. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Think about who ate. Think about who made it, who, you know what I'm saying? Think about, I mean, who really made success. And then think about my life. That's going to tell you who is who. You feel me? Exactly. The Bible say the last should be first. You know? The only, if you want to lead, then you be a servant. You know what I'm saying? What I talk about, what other people talk about, they be making the comparison, but I'm saying, like, it's people that made these, it's people that, like, what my argument is, even if I got lied on and people start like trying to assimilate me and doing all this with other people, it was a part of something larger. You feel me? It wasn't just like one isolated person just decided to say that. Like, it was a long premeditated situation. So even to this day, man, I got my death plotted on. You got I've had places, businesses, and all this threatening my family, you know, for no reason, you know, just because of the scam that these influential figures been doing since I was like a baby. You feel me? So it just carries over every year. And I'm literally being chased by Antichrist structures, and it's like nobody in the world got a remedy for it. But then the weird thing is, the only remedy for it, they say, would be like with contention and destruction. And you can see how that, anybody with discernment and wisdom can tell how that situation there in itself is one that was organized, that was premeditated and preemptive. You know what I'm saying? They've been like hawking on a baby, like on a child, for nothing. You know, just for being talented, and then other people was eating pieces off my legacy and off my identity, my idiosyncrasies and attributes and things. And I'm inclined to speak about it because they still attacking my legacy. You know, I explained clearly what Victorious was. You know what I'm saying? Some committed to misunderstanding, then they hold up guns about it. You feel me? So you just gotta accept the lies they telling on you, or they're gonna, I guess, shoot you. You know, that's this kind of situation, you know. So it's like, and that's been the situation for the longest. It just wasn't nobody saying it. And I mean, like, nah, man, I got way more respect for myself than that. I got way more talent by myself than that. You feel me? Like, I don't have to do that. I just wanted to be clear about it. You know what I'm saying? That me and whatever slanders and all that stuff are two separate things. You feel me? Like, it's entirely different. Like it's different reality. There's no middle ground. Feel me? There's no common ground. People trying to draw that. The people that's doing that are trying to scam and make money off my talent. You know what I'm saying? It's obviously an intellectual crime. They literally trying to steal my work. Also trying to hide my testimony that shows why they should not, you know what I'm saying, be able to hide my testimony. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's really a sophisticated situation, but you see, it's been a war declared on God by Antichrist. I mean, and Antichrist is not a religion, man. It's just like the devil. You know what I'm saying? It's not a religious belief. It's something entirely different. But I just had to make this recording here, man, because that kind of got me heated. Because it's like, nah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can see my stuff, man, off the top, man. I got way more of a reservoir of, you know, way more range and things. I got stuff from heaven. You know what I mean? It ain't like that. It ain't even that kind of thing. They keep me distracted with these petty little, you know what I'm saying, irrelevant things to keep me from being great for God, you know, and inspiring people and showing the best stuff of people. They constantly sabotage my sustainability with the knowledge of the structures, every year, all year, you know, in order to keep me in position, which is conspiracy to commit murder, you know what I'm saying? Because then those whatever are active accessories in it, because they're passively allowing something they know about. So that's you know what I'm saying, that's like negligence. So I mean, it's a compounded situation, really, and it has racial origin, supremacy, and it is also people who just envy the blessing God had on my life. And, you know, the longer it goes on, the more obligated, inclined, and forced I am to speak and be more deliberate and clear about it. Because nobody is any resistance to these influential figures. I don't want them in my life. After all the damage they already caused in my life, it ain't nobody there to be like a wedge in between. You feel me? I mean, why would I? Now, people that was deceived, genuinely deceived, that's different. You feel me? It's, you know, if somebody just did not know, you know what I'm saying, about the situation or what was really transpiring, then, you know, that's something different. But it's some people I know knew, man. But, you know, it's and that's my point exactly. Like it forces you into the reality of having to like pay more attention to things that's not your interest. Like this whole situation is not even my interest. You know, it's just I'm under attack. You know, people want my talent. They want my stuff. You know, they want my dynamics, man. They got people that use suggestion to like imply associated like with people that like, I mean, it's a difference. It's some like influential figures, like, you know what I'm saying, they do what they do their thing, but you got like people that are they're enablers, you know what I'm saying, if you will, and they stand there in order to help the scam. Like they stand there like inadvertently to like just anonymously insert little chiding remarks, you know what I'm saying, towards your legacy and things in order to create some type of misleading associations, you know what I'm saying, in order so that can be used to disinvent your legacy with. It's slick and it's sophisticated and it's straight from it's Satan. They are the dragon, you know, they are together the devil, you know what I'm saying, without a doubt, because they know and seen, just like the rest of the country and the structures and other countries, everybody know that the things I do has been for God. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing, my only intention and motivation. My eyes been on the sparrow since before, you know, since I first came on the scene. You know what I'm saying? I expressed that like in 13. And so you see the situations. But I mean, like, for any reason, my stuff can't exist and I can't flourish doing God's work in the place under God. They can never be under God again in history. You know what I'm saying? Not the God of the Bible, not the Father of Jesus. It'll never be of him ever again. And that's the reality. And that makes sense when you think about it. I mean, just look, for whatever reason. I mean, because, I mean, just like it was so many slanders and stuff in the rotation, also I had none but truth in rotation, simultaneous to the slanders. A choice was made. Somebody chose Satan over God, and then a lot of people went along with it. At that point, they blessed with Holy Spirit, and they lost their soul in it. You feel me? So, I mean, well, I mean, you can't like get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody chose Satan over God. You know what I'm saying? God was there. They chose Satan over God for, I guess, the instant gratification that it gave them. I don't know, you know. But ever since, yeah, my life been getting picked apart, every facet of it. Things I've been saying hundreds of times, it just ain't no difference, because the way they did it is like a situation where, you know, some people created, like they use like war. They use like war and destruction in order to create these circumstances. Think about it. Like, in order to get me into this position, they had to create a war. And in order to get me out of this position, they would have to create a war. That's the kind of situation it is. They did this out of desperation. Like it's like really, it ain't no word for it, man. Like pathetic ain't the word, but you know, my anger stemmed from what it took from God and the kingdom of light, because that's what I represent and what I'm of. I'm from heaven. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not from the earth, and that's been the situation. So that's mainly what angered me in the situation, because they had no type of consideration for the things of God ever. You know what I'm saying? It was so much good. I mean, every now and then I could show and manifest pieces of it, and who knows? I mean, I could try to heal, you know, to the point where I can do it, but they're not allowing that to happen. You know what I'm saying? They're literally like they literally will like push major situations. You know, they'll do like some all or nothing things in order to sabotage my ability to progress in God. It's like it's out of this world jealousy, man. Straight envy. It ain't nobody in the way right there, to prevent that. And it won't be. So, I mean, ultimately, what the rest of the Revelation say. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, after Revelation 12, keep reading on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very clear, detailed, and applied to these times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, God is clear, man. But you can understand, though, it's been like a collective effort. Crimes being committed. You feel me? I mean, crimes being committed. It's different realities. You feel me? You got spiritual reality, then you got the formal physical reality, then you got the informal physical reality. You can't please all of them. You feel me? It's impossible, especially when you the one that, there's like been like a scaffold. You feel me? So it's like, it's crazy, because I mean, even before even without your will, so it's like, it's just things were sabotaged to disinvent God from the country. So at that point, really, all those years ago, in God's sight, that's when it stopped being under God. But with me still being here right now, I'm proclaiming judgment to it. I mean, it's who else? And I mean, I've been through enough to be able to relate on those levels. Not my choice, but that's the situation, though. It's like an ongoing situation to keep me uncomfortable. And I got nothing. I got copies of my background with me. So I post them if I have to. Like, there's no reason possible for me to have this deal of persecution on me, or this scrutiny and things on my life like this, and it's being used to like destroy my life. And it just happens again every cycle, every week, and nobody is doing nothing. Like, it ain't nothing nobody can do about it. You know what I'm saying? I was talking about these same things viral worldwide. The whole time since 14, I've been international, regardless of what anybody say. You know what I'm saying? I've been international. Everybody been seeing my stuff. Ain't been nobody helping me. So that's why you see events, will transpire the way they will transpire. I mean, people that want to help and couldn't, so that's different. We're in the same boat. But I mean, everybody ain't in that position. Everybody not in that boat. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Some people just chose Satan over God, man. And they put me into this position with what they did and attack to my, how they attack my legacy and they attack my success, my future. You know what I'm saying? They strategically and specifically attacked me. Everything about me, my everything about my future been sabotaged. Like, I mean, I can go thoroughly, but I mean, that's the situation. They want other people to be things that they're not. You feel me? And they want me to be things that I'm not. You feel me? I made it clear who I am and what I'm about. That's not enough because of the scam that they're in. You feel me? They need me to be something I'm not, and they need others to be things that they aren't in order to make their scam flourish. You feel me? So that's why they say things and slander my legacy and stuff like that. Anybody with wisdom and intellect, understanding would know what Victorious was after I explained it, so many times already, and pretty much offered a better, a more accurate perspective. You know what I'm saying? Contrary to the platforms or whatever that the slanders had set my legacy on, unbeknownst to me, where I didn't even know that kind of thing was actually happening in rotation on the low about me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going along like it's whole country cool and all along. Then it made sense. I didn't understand why I was getting treated so cruelly. And, slanders was a part of it, I believe. And those slanders and defamation weren't just like somebody's opinion on somebody's life. Those were created in order to kill and destroy somebody's life and steal from it. You feel me? Just like the devil, kill, steal, and destroy. That's the only reason he comes. You know what I'm saying? So those things were life-threatening. You know what I'm saying? Those were life-threatening slanderers. You know what I'm saying? Those things put my life in danger, jeopardy for years, every day, months and months and months. And I'm an eyewitness to it. You feel me? That's not my problem or my fault. They did that on purpose, you know what I'm saying? But somehow they wanting to blame the man because he black. You feel me? It's like, you know what I'm saying? That's the kind of situation it's starting to seem like. Because it's like, I'm like, well, I mean, you got people that's there that say that they're saying so many times that, yeah, we did it, or I did it, or I'm doing this, and nobody's doing nothing to them still. So, I mean, it's like they pretty much declare war. You know what I mean? Me, I'm a victim. I'm just a victim of it. You know, I'm a victim, civilian, and an extraordinary artist, original talent and artist, for which the slanders sabotage my ability to make money off my own talent. You feel me? That's personal. You feel me? That's personal. You know, then the same individual say they respond. They could tell the structure, hey, we did it. The structure just sit there looking at them like, okay, I mean, you feel me? That's the kind of situation we're seeing. Like, you know, and so I'm still in the same position because nobody, I mean, they in the same positions. I don't know what their resolution would be for the situation. I just know that according to what the lands claim to be founded upon, this is not something that should be happening, especially for 23 years. You feel me? Straight. You know what I'm saying? And I can vouch for the last 7 years. You know, I can prove the last 7, which I have. You know what I'm saying? Now, proof only wouldn't be enough to people who are actively involved and colluding in it. Because anybody who care about justice and what's right, they wouldn't bust somebody, you know what I'm saying, like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wouldn't, you know what I mean? Come on, you know, you know the person in the position where all this stuff happening simultaneous to their life. They eyewitness testimony. God showing signs, wonders, and things every day, every year possible to show people that he is with me. God ain't with nobody that's lies. You know what I'm saying? It's just common sense things that society act like it just don't understand. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what else to do. You know what I mean? On that level, you know, but I mean, I'm going to defend my legacy though, because it's for God. So I'm going to defend it anytime I have to. You know, I don't have no problem with it. You know, nobody cared about my feelings or, you know, my future or how, you know, their actions would impact my life for the rest of my life and none of that, you know. So I mean, I don't really care about that either. You know what I mean? I know people got, you know, weapons and they can do all this and that to you. My faith's still in Jesus though, feel me? God can do this and that and he will. You feel me? So I mean, everything's still the same, you know, but I mean, that's not right. Nobody can make that, nobody can justify that, you know. I mean, they assimilate me to realities. I mean, I respect causes and things of people, you know, and things, but certain things are not who I am, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's coercion. Like, they kidnap you in a way to be a part, you know, because of the damage created, premeditated, they're trying to force you to be into what they want you to be. That's like abduction, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like I say, I'm an artist. I don't see nobody else, no other artists. Like, it's certain other artists and influencers and stuff. They not subjected to this. You feel me? They don't have their art and things on the brink of being taken. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to be destroyed, disinvented, or hidden. They're not going through this, you know, in spite of their race or whatever. You feel me? I mean, I'm just being like a realist about the situation. You know, I have to. I mean, yeah, I'm in that position. You feel me? My stuff risks being in jeopardy because of somebody else's actions and crimes against it that was premeditated and prevented, also simultaneous to the unfolding of the latter half of it. For 2016, you know, in 2016, I presented a consistent platform where everybody could see it. You know, I made sure, you know what I'm saying? I made sure that it went viral. And I know it did. I watched people see and respond to my stuff, even at that time period. The same fame I got now. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I saw it. And so I'm like, well, people was lying and stuff, but I was telling the truth. So that counts it out. You know, it's just been a situation. So nothing that was prevented, you know, could have ever been completed. And so we see the completion of it almost as close still. That's the weirdest thing. In 2016, I was saying things that would audibly bring attention to the situation. You know, in 17, it got, I mean, it's 18, 19. I mean, it's been like what? You know what I'm saying? And so they hold intention and they sabotage it. It meant for me not to be able to survive, period. You know what I'm saying? They try to destroy you in the lands. They try to force you into exile so they can destroy you out the lands. You know what I'm saying? It's just a massive evil crime, you know? A massive evil situation. You know, nonetheless, my faith's still in God, though. Want people to understand, though, you know what I mean? This what's happening for your faith. This what's happening to me for my faith in God. My faith in Jesus Christ. In a place supposedly under God, man. Like, what? I'm trying to be because I'm a talented author and an artist, you know, for God, the right thing. People they impose on me and force on me is not even relevant to me. They forcing that on me and nobody's stopping them. You feel me? In spite of all the other aspects of this evil scam, giant massive that been disclosed to the whole world and whole nation. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just weird. I mean, I'm just saying, like, this is strange. This has to be one of the, I mean, it's definitely a heavy crime situation. Like, I mean, like, This probably would go down in the books if it was esteemed appropriately, you know, but I mean, they were trying to erase me from history, so it probably wouldn't be, you know. But yes, an ongoing situation. I would love to say that, you know, well, and that was it. But no, it's at this very moment, you know what I mean? I don't have no guarantee for any part of my life right now, you know. My sustainability has been like that. They trying to like sabotage me so I won't be able to express my art, you know, showcase my talent. They don't want that because they know the truth already. You know what I'm saying? They don't want everybody else to know. And if everybody else know, they rather it be like destruction or contention, massive widespread. You know what I'm saying? This is like one of the sickest things ever. You know what I mean? Look at this. My point exactly.